Rockwood Saloon Authentic Apparel takes rock and roll fashion to a new level with their tees and tanks for men and women. They also make custom shirts, jackets, vests, pants, hoodies, beanies, and more. The Rockwood Graphics Department can design anything from your logo, t-shirt design, promo posters, band swag, and printed at great prices. From tour shirts and custom stage gear to killer threads for the street to the stage, Rockwood Saloon has it all. Rockwood Saloon, authentic rock and roll apparel for stage and street. World tour tested for quality, comfort, style, and durability. Check them out at www.rockwoodsaloon.com. That's rockwoodsaloon.com. RockstarLeatherworks.com is your home for badass rock and roll gear. Featuring 100% handmade leather bands, watches, cuffs, bracelets, and more, Rockstar Leatherworks has something for everybody. Whether you are going to the show or you are in it, you can find something to fit your needs. Choose from a variety of designs or create your own masterpiece. Their bands and watches are second to none. They also ship internationally. Who needs a stage to be a rock star? Check out RockstarLeatherworks.com. Replay Guitar Exchange is your premier independent guitar store. Being independent is good. With all of the major brands, including new, vintage, and pre-owned, you can find the guitar, bass, amp, or accessory you are dreaming of. From vintage to the newest models, Replay Guitar Exchange can help you find that perfect piece. They have industry veteran expert staff, all players like you down to the owner. You aren't just getting a great guitar, you're getting the Replay difference. Find them online at replayguitar.com and find your dream guitar today.
Hi, this is Bobby Brown, and welcome to another fucking podcast.
You kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games, don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
See, son, old legends never die. They just lose weight.
Like a legend and an out-of-work bum with a lot of life.
Yes, it is party time. Hello, Hollywood. Hello, world. And hello, my loyal minions. It is good to see you, and it is always good to be seen. My name is Izzy Presley, and welcome to a Monday edition of another fucking podcast. We've got two shows this week. Thursday, I am joined by Ted Poley from Danger Danger talking about his brand new record. And today I got Tony Higbee from the Tom Keifer Band, the Damon Johnson Band, and the Eastside Gamblers joining me. I'm calling this Joe Regan Week, because he has a boner all week for these two shows. So that's glorious. And hi, Joe. I know you're listening already. So hey, make sure you guys check out all of the social media. I'm on my quest for 1 million followers. Hit me up on the Twitter machine at Real Izzy Presley. Same thing on Instagram. And you can also find me at Real Izzy Presley on Facebook. And the Facebook page for the show is Another Effin' Podcast. Make sure you check out the Monsters of Rock channel on Dash Radio. I am your morning gas bag, Monday through Friday, 4 a.m. until... Hello, Mark. How you doing? Checking in from Chicago. Monday through Friday, 4 a.m. until 10 a.m. California time. That's 7 a.m. That's what, Yankee time? Yeah, something like that. And also, I am going to be in Toronto in August 24th for the Killer Dwarf Celebrity Golf Tournament. Hosting that, it's going to be a lot of fun. Going to get my liver all quivered up, heading up to the Great White North. And I'm going to do something very special. I haven't done a charity auction on the show, and I've got a Jack Daniels bottle that has been signed by a whole lot of people, including the one and only Bruce Kulick, and we're going to be auctioning that off along with the roadie pack, and I got some other shit I'm going to throw into that too, and all that money will go to the Killer Dwarfs golf tournament charity, which is Rock Against Hunger, I believe is what it is. I should probably figure that out before I actually get there. If you guys want to buy any swag, we got t-shirts available for the podcast, for ACK, a tribute to Ace Frehley. We have my Mega Host t-shirts available. Just go to the Facebook page and click that Shop Now button. That will take you to the Teespring thing. And Mark, I know you've got a shitload, but you need to buy more. So check all that stuff out. And if you guys donate, you can donate. izzypresley@yahoo.com is your PayPal. It's very, very easy. Anybody that buys anything or donates to the show, because well, I don't have those big fat podcast one checks, and I don't have those big fat Westwood one checks. I'm doing this all on my own, so we'll get it all figured out. But anyways, any help you guys want to give, it all helps, and just share the show, man. Yeah, absolutely. Scott checking in from Canada too. And yeah, all right, cool. So let's do this. I got some other shit going on right here. I am welcoming right now from you're in Nashville right now, eh? Yeah, okay. You are not coming through on this. Why is that not coming through? Jesus Christ. All right, so Soundflower. That's right. Okay, well, let me try this. Team Karaoke Tea. Yeah, we're going to work on that. So, all right, try one more thing. I don't know why the hell that's not coming through on that. So we got Tony on the line on FaceTime, and let's try it like this. Okay, Tony, talk at me, man. See what we got. Can you hear me? No, he can't hear me. Output. Okay, there's that, and he is gone. He is gone. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, my goodness. Good times. Team Karaoke Tea. We're going to get Tony back on the line here. I don't know what the hell. The call failed. Call back. Let's try this one more time. All right, I can see you.
Can you hear me?
But I can't hear you now. Jesus Christ. I had all this shit dialed in before when I had Parrish on. And now, okay, let's try this. Okay, go back to that. Okay, I can hear you. But it's not coming through this thing now. What the fuck is going on? Jesus Christ. Okay, so there's not that. There's not that. I wonder if... Oh, wait a minute. Let's try this. Try it now.
Hello?
Oh, my God, I got you.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle. My God, King! He's here!
We're technologying right now.
We are. It's just a simple thing. When I had Pinnock on a couple weeks ago, somebody tried to call in, and... We couldn't hear him, but everybody else could hear him, and now I figured out why, because there's a little headphone button that you have to click to get you into my headphones so I can hear you, and so it goes through the thing.
All right, so everybody else could hear me, you couldn't.
Correct.
Awesome.
Well, hey man, it's good to see you. It's been a little while. I think the last time I saw you were at the Rainbow, and your mom was hitting on me.
Yeah, sure she was. I remember being the other way around.
No, I would never flirt with somebody's mom in front of them.
Never, ever, every time.
Every time. So how you doing, man? Everything good?
Good. Yeah, I'm hanging in there, man. I'm doing good. Just crazy schedule lately, which is a good problem to have.
Yeah.
But yeah, just been kind of going nonstop.
Yeah, I noticed you guys were just down here, and were you in San Diego with Keifer?
I actually went down to San Diego for a couple days to chill, but we did a show in Vegas at the Brooklyn Bowl.
Aha.
Which killer venue if you haven't been there. If you ever get a chance, go there. Great venue. And then we did a show the next night with Rat down in Costa Mesa.
That's right.
That was a Friday, and then I went down to San Diego Saturday and Sunday just to
Gotcha.
chill. My mom that you love so much does live down in San Diego.
No, she loves me. She loves me. It's
Yeah. All right. Anyways, she loves your heart.
Yeah, very well. How was Rat with this new lineup? I mean, nobody knew what to expect.
Yeah, you know what? They sounded great. They really did. I can't. I understand where people are coming from. They were like, "Oh no, Warren and blah 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 blah." But the guys, the guys I had playing with them, I mean, it was their second show, and I thought it was a really solid show. I'm not going to pull any punches. I mean, Steven and Juan still sound great together, and the band went out there and they did their thing and they played the songs and they played them well.
How was crowd response?
Really good.
Was
really
it?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. That place, I want to say that place holds about 6,000 people, and it was pretty much full. And I didn't see, Lynch Mob open that show. And when we went out, it was pretty full up, and I didn't really notice anybody leaving. It seemed like Rat got their whole set in, and everybody stuck around and enjoyed it.
Now, who's Lynch Mob got singing with them now? It's not Mason, right?
I'm confused because I know. I mean, I think George is confused too, but no, I mean, I know that the last thing I read, and I can't remember the guy's name. I feel like such a dick because he's so nice, and we hung out and talked after the show. But the last time I read, I thought that Robert was singing X amount of shows, and then the other cat that I saw with him was singing the rest. And man, he was great. He was rock solid. He got out there and sang all the stuff and kicked ass, you know. And George played his ass off that night.
Well, it's fucking George Lynch.
Well, it is. Absolutely. It's true. I mean, the band was great. They sounded killer.
So, where are you originally from?
I'm from Central Illinois. I grew up outside a little bitty town called Monmouth. And as soon as you say Illinois, everybody goes, "Oh, Chicago." I'm like, no, like 4 hours southwest of Chicago.
Oh, wow.
In the cornfields. I was way closer to St. Louis than I was Chicago. If you know where Peoria is at, I was about an hour northwest of Peoria. So, anyways.
Did you grow up? Did you grow up a Blackhawks fan or a Blues fan?
I wasn't a hockey fan.
Oh my God! Okay, we're done.
Right. Now, hey, listen. I will say I was never exposed to it, man. Where I was at, it was all baseball and football, and that was it.
Okay.
So I really had a disdain for most Bears fans and Cubs fans where I was. So I wound up being a Steelers fan and a Cardinals fan.
Gotcha.
So, and then when I moved to Nashville and we got the Predators, and I went and started watching some hockey here and there, and I'm a Preds fan. So there you go. Well,
it's one of those things. It's like I always tell everybody that didn't grow up with it. It's like once you get to the rink and see it live, you're hooked.
Absolutely. That was what made it for me. You know, I really never followed it, and then I had, you know, when the Preds first got here, they were just trying to fill seats, and
right.
You know, it's easy to get free tickets, and I went and saw a couple games that way, and was like, wow, you know, a lot of fun. So
yeah. Well, and I really like how Nashville really embraced that team.
How I'm sorry, you cut out how Nashville.
They just really embraced that team. You know, they really got behind. Well, a Stanley Cup run always helps.
Yeah,
you know,
Nashville really. I think they've been looking for pro sport. They didn't have pro sports teams for years. I mean, really, the Titans were way late in the game compared to most major cities. So we got that, and you know, people really enjoy going to see the Titans games. Granted, you know, we wish we were winning more. They're definitely in a rebuilding phase right now. But, you know, I mean, when the Titans win, it's good for Nashville. And, you know, so I'm still a Steelers fan, but I'm rooting for the Titans, except for when they're playing the Steelers.
Exactly.
Then, yeah. You know, and then, you know, as far as the Preds, I mean, that's one of those things I'm a little surprised at how well it caught on down here, but man, everybody's crazy for it. It's a lot of fun.
I've heard that hipsters are starting to take over down there now.
Well, they're trying to take over. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. There's a lot of lumberjack beards and man buns running around, and you know, the attempted Beatles, you know, George Harrison, John Lennon, Abbey Road hats.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, just a bunch of hipster hats. I mean, you just got to know not to go to those shows if you don't want to be surrounded by that. But I mean, listen, man, there's always going to be that. There's always going to be. It's probably just a sign that we're getting old.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But there's always going to be that certain element of, you know, there's always going to be that contingency of guys who are drinking PBR because they think it's cool.
Right.
Not because it's good beer.
Yeah. Well, I always say PBR is the gateway drug to hipsterdom. You know, you're really sucking on a PBR, then all of a sudden you start twirling your mustache like your Doc fucking Holiday, and the next thing you know, you have an IPA in your hand. You look like Chewbacca with skinny jeans and a man bun. Mm-hmm. It's like instant, you know.
Absolutely, it's pretty amazing.
How is it out in Nashville? I've never been there. I've heard it's a lot of fun.
It's a cool town. It really is. I mean, it's not. When I first moved here, I grew up in Illinois, and I lived there until the end of 99. I got out of college, and I moved to Atlanta in 2000, like January 2000. Was there until August of 2003, then I moved to Nashville. And I moved to Nashville to join a band at the time with a couple of friends of mine. One was moving down from Illinois. A couple other guys were here, and we were in a band called Bombshell Crush for a couple of years. And we were kind of Nashville's answer to Buck Cherry.
Okay.
Kind of the burgeoning rock scene that was here at the time. And I mean, it was still very much a country dominated scene. And over time I've watched it evolve. And then there's all these rockers that have moved here. So you've got everybody from Jack White to Mick Mars. I've heard Vince Neil has a place here now, though I've never seen him. I mean, James Michael was here for a while from 6 a.m. Him and I got to be good friends. He got me back into golfing. I used to play on tracks for him over at his studio.
Oh, wow.
And he's a great dude. But yeah, there's Mark Slaughter's been here forever. Tom Keifer actually has been here since the mid '90s. I think a lot of people just don't know it. You know, unless you play with a band with him, a Keifer sighting is kind of like a Sasquatch sighting. Right? You know, I remember when I was at Bombshell Crush, like every once in a while somebody'd walk in and be like, "Man, I saw Tom Keifer at Home Depot today." I'm like, "Really?" Like, yeah, man. Like, what's he look like? He goes, "He looks like Tom Keifer, but with sweatpants."
You know,
well, that's
you just can't picture Keifer walking around in sweatpants. You're used to this fucking rock and roll image, and then
I roll with him on a bus now. Trust me, I can picture Keifer walking around in sweatpants.
I'm not saying I wanted to picture Keifer walking around in sweatpants.
It's fair, totally fair. By the way, back to that golf thing real quick.
Yes.
Killer Dwarfs.
Yes.
He was invited to play golf.
Come on up.
I would love to do that. That's great. Me and Jared, our drummer in Tom's band, we keep our clubs under the bus.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you can ask our good friend Gene Aldridge about my clubs under the bus. He was always, I'd be like, "Hey, Gene, is there a golf course near?" And Gene's over there trying to do real work.
Right.
Like, "Hey, man, where's the closest? Do we have a runner? Can I get a ride to the golf course?" Like, yeah. So, sorry, Gene. Love you still.
Oh, even though he looks like Grizzly Adams now, he's okay.
Gene, you can't.
I know. I love Gene. Gene's the dude.
He is. Actually, yeah. He kind of needs that sweater.
Yeah, he really does. I've got this bowling shirt it's like a t-shirt, but it's made to look like the bowling shirt, and it says the dude on the back. I'm like, "Gene, you want this?" He's like, "Absolutely."
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And he'll wear it with pride.
You know, it's funny. I haven't played golf since 2005, and I actually pawned my clubs to go see Slayer.
That's fair. I can't, depending on where golf is as a priority in your life, if it's not real high up, if you're going to pawn them, Slayer's a pretty damn good reason.
Yes. Yes, it is. I mean, because I had never seen Slayer, and it was worth it. It definitely was.
Yeah, I get it.
How did you end up with Tom? Did you know him beforehand?
Barely. Let me give you the crib notes version. Okay. I knew Eric is the first guy from Cinderella I ever actually knew.
I love Eric.
Yeah, I love them all.
They're great. Yeah.
So Eric was the first guy I ever knew, and I hadn't lived in town very long, and the band that I moved here to play with did a couple of shows with his band that he had with his wife at the time called Naked Beggars. Mm-hmm. He was also looking for a utility player / keyboard player kind of a person. My girlfriend at the time, who later became my wife, who's now my ex-wife, her sister, Christine, was just that person. And she had a great voice. She could sing. She could write. She could play keyboards, the whole 9 yards. And so I told Eric, I was like, actually, I know the girl. So I said I was going to give you the crib notes version. You're getting the fucking novel.
That's okay. We got all the time in the world, baby.
So anyways, all right. So we, they auditioned her. She was great. She was in the band for the duration after that. I lost you.
I'm here. I'm here. If you lose the picture, it's just because I'm switching over to another screen so I can share this.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right, so just keep yapping. I'm here. I can hear you.
All right, cool. So anyway, guys, we then I met Jeff shortly thereafter. Jeff was had just moved to Nashville and wound up joining Naked Beggars. Then I met Fred. Fred was here for some Cinderella rehearsals, and Fred came out and watched my band that I had at the time. I had a band that I was fronting called Caprice with my brother Cody. Mm-hmm. And out of the band. I mean, he was like, man, dude, I would love to have you do some shows with us and blah, 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 blah. I mean, Fred's a nice guy, and he's always been a big champion of mine. And he always harasses me about my gold Les Paul and how he wants it, which is fair. So anyway,
well, yeah, it's a Les Paul.
I love that guitar. But anyway, so that's, got to know Fred, but Tom was kind of last at the table. And I was working at Guitar Center running the vintage room at the time. And Tom got sent in to get some stuff from me. I sold him a couple guitars and, he was retiring some of his vintage instruments from the road and wanted to take some other stuff out. So that's how I got to know Tom. But Tom was like several years after I got to know the other guys. Mm-hmm. So anyways, Tom was in the store one day looking at something. I don't know what. And he said something along the lines of he was looking for a guitar or maybe an amp, or I think he was looking for an amp actually. And he made a comment about he had a solo record that was going to be coming out in a few months. Like it was late in the year that year. It was going to be coming out the following year. And he goes, I need to start thinking about putting a band together and blah, 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 and all the stuff. He goes, I've been playing with the same band for 30 years. So it just seems like this, huge thing. And I just in passing made the comment. I said, well, if you need any help putting the band together, let me know. And that was kind of what planted the seed, I guess. Mm-hmm. So I didn't think anything of it. And, because Tom Keifer's going to call me, whatever. So,
right.
Anyways, but here's where the world gets smaller and smaller is he went and did an acoustic thing in, I want to say it was in Colorado. It was somewhere way out west. It was like a radio convention thing for a promotion for radio stations for the new record, and him and Savannah went and they played acoustic, and evidently he had called a friend of his named Blair. Blair Daly was the guy's name. Blair's a songwriter here in town. And he said, hey, do you know anybody who could play guitar and sing harmony with me? I'm looking for kind of a, Sirocco, blah, blah. Blair's like, I feel like I know somebody, but it's just not coming to me right now. So he wound up taking Paul Taylor out. I think Paul played some keys with him and, lent his vocals here and there. Yeah. He comes back and he came into the store for something else and he saw me and we were shooting the breeze again. And I guess he left the store and he called Blair and he said, hey, what do you know about this Tony Higbee guy? And Blair goes, oh, he'd be perfect. The world getting smaller because I met Blair at James Michael's house at a party. And then Blair and James had come out and watched my band play on multiple occasions. And I'd even recorded a couple tracks towards the end of Caprice at James's studio, which I still have. And so Blair, said, yeah, absolutely. Hit him up. Go check out his band. So Tom came to the store one day. And I remember he told me, he goes, yeah, I want to come look at an amp. And I want to, I'm looking maybe not take the old Marshalls on the road, take something newer out so I have to worry about them break down all the time, blah, blah, blah. Right.
Yep.
So I plug him into this amp. He's got it cranked up. He's playing. He's Tom Keifer. It sounds amazing.
Right.
And he goes, here, man. He goes, you play for a second. Let me stand back and listen to it. I'm like, all right.
That was your tryout.
I had no idea. I probably started playing UFO riffs.
Right. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, little did I know that Tom's favorite guitar player is Michael Schenker. I literally had no clue.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
A lot of people don't until you go and you start trying to learn guitar solos and you go, oh, that must be Jeff. Mm-hmm. Let me start to work on this. And then you pull up a live video and go, oh, wait a minute, that's Tom doing the solo and night songs. And then you go, where is that from? Because it's not the big slow bluesy thing. It's got kind of a little neoclassical almost feel to it in spots.
Yeah.
It's Schenker. So anyway, he's listening to me. Oh yeah, sounds great. Cool. Hey, where are your acoustics at? Walk into the acoustic room and he goes, what do you like? And I'm like, maybe I'm going to pull something down and play. And he goes, let me hear it. So I play. And then he reaches over and he slides the door shut. He goes, hey, so do they ever let you leave here? And I'm like, dude, I clock out every day at 5 when I'm here. And he goes, no, could you go tour? Could you play? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And so that led to me reaching out to Paul Simmons, who was our original drummer. Mm-hmm. And Paulie really needed a gig at the time. He'd been playing with the Reverend Horton Heat for quite a while.
Oh, wow.
Come off the road to take care of who had been in a bad motorcycle accident at the time. And so we got Paulie, and then Paulie got Billy Mercer. And we got together one night, and that was I think Tom expected to have to audition a bunch of different guys for the rhythm section.
Yeah.
Tom and I got together once before that, went over some stuff acoustically and just sang together, and it went really well. He came out and watched my band one night, and so I'm on stage and I'm playing. I look and you can see him looming in the back of the room, and everybody was having a Sasquatch sighting at the club. So anyways, we're
Yeah.
So he, that was all kind of cemented, I think, but I think he really thought, we're going to try out multiple guys for the rhythm section, and we got in a room and we played 3 songs, and he was like, "Wow, this is it." And that was the core of the band to start with, And then he brought in Paul Taylor, and then Savannah obviously was on the road with us, and then we brought Kendra in. I want to say like a year and a half into it, and she's been there ever since. And really the only changes we've had in the band are the 2 Pauls kind of simultaneously retired from the road. And we got Jared Pope on drums and Corey Meyer on keyboards. And Paul Taylor literally brought us Corey Meyer, And I knew Jared because Jared played with Damon.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk about Damon, too. How did you get involved with Damon? I mean, I know him, obviously, from Brother Kane. They came up and played up in St. Cloud when that first record came out. And, in this ballroom in front of, like, 200 people, if they were lucky, there was nobody there. But they fucking slayed. I mean, I was an instant fan.
Well, the area that I grew up in Central Illinois, like I said, we're pretty close to Peoria.
Yeah.
And Brother Kane, that was their biggest market. Like Brother Kane, was Damon will tell you we were playing, they're playing clubs and stuff like that. And if they weren't out open, like they opened for Van Halen,
Oh, wow.
But as a headliner, they were playing like little clubs and stuff all over. They go to Peoria, they play the Madison Theater, which is, over 2,000 people, and they sell it out. And there's people hanging over the balcony. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was for them, Peoria was like Kiss in Detroit.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was like. So, I knew Brother Kane from that area, and I loved those records. I had all 3 of them. I saw them a couple times. I saw them on the Seeds tour. I saw them on the Wish Pool tour. And so Damon was still living in Alabama, but I met him in Nashville a couple times. Actually, when the flood happened, it's the first time I ever talked to him because he had a storage space, a cartage spot over at Soundcheck, which is where thousands of guitars and amps were destroyed from that flood. And I actually was going through his storage locker. I was helping out a local repair guy, and we were basically taking apart guitars, trying to get them to dry out. And I remember taking the front off of Peter Frampton's amp rack, and water poured out of it.
Oh my God!
Like vintage Marshalls, and were like exploding. The binding was like blowing.
I'm gonna start crying here.
It was a graveyard of epic proportions. But I called Damon. I got his number and I called him. I was like, "Hey man, I'm just letting you know I'm taking apart your guitars. I'm working on it." It's the first time we ever talked.
Yeah.
And he came to Nashville months later and thanked me for it. And most of his stuff was actually salvageable. And we kind of shot the breeze then, got to know each other a little bit. And then we stayed in touch. And then he saw me play with Keifer on the Monsters of Rock cruise one time when Black Star Riders was on.
That's right.
And Damon at this point had moved to Nashville, was living in Bellevue. And so he saw me doing that. And then I do my annual cancer fundraiser. And I'd asked Damon to come and jam a few songs with us. So he came out. We did some Lizzie. We did some Brother Kane. He got up and jammed like 3 tunes with us and was really super impressed right away. And then he hit me up one day and just said, "Hey, man, I know your plate's full. I know you've got Tom. I know you've got the East Side Gamblers. But when you're available, would you be willing to come play guitar in my band too?" I mean, the last thing I needed was something else on my plate, but I really dig Damon as a musician. I dig him even more as a person. And as a guitar player, it's great because he pushes me out of my comfort zone a little bit and makes me, he just makes me have to play differently. You know what it's like as a musician. You kind of get in a box and this is what I do and that's it.
Yeah.
And then somebody else comes along and stylistically it may look pretty similar on paper. And we have a lot of the same record collection, but as a musician, he's a monster guitar player. And there's some things he plays and the way he plays is different than what I would do at it. So I'm kind of having to look at his whole catalog. Brother Kane, Thin Lizzy, Alice Cooper, Black Star Riders.
Cooper?
Huh?
He was in Cooper?
He was in Cooper's band for 6 years.
Oh, shit. I did not know that.
Yeah. Last time when I saw Damon with Cooper, it was him and I think Carrie I think it was Kerry Kelly was the other guitar player. It was either Kerry or it was man, I think it was Kerry Kelly.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had to kick that around for a minute because I saw them opening for Rob Zombie in Nashville some years back. So, yeah.
Well, shit, we got some listener feedback here. Bruce says, "Nice. I was front row on Tony's side, and yes, you do get sweat dripped on you from Tom. Dude is a machine."
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, what else we got here? We just got people talking to each other. Hey, let's go on a road trip to see the Rock and Roll Residency, East Side Gamblers, and stay in Karabi's van.
I'll let John know you're coming. I'll
Yeah.
be like, hey, can you get the cleaners over to the van? Let's make that happen.
Hey, so you mentioned about your charity thing you do every year. When do you do that?
When I do it, I usually shoot for January.
Okay.
I'm not sure if we're going to do it this year. We may take a year off because it's exhausting.
Right.
I'm exhausted. But the whole premise of it is about 11 years ago, I had lymphoma. I had cancer. So I had to do the whole thing. I had to go through chemotherapy, did the whole thing, lost all my hair. And, I just got married and just got a house and, wound up to my neck in debt and, just the whole shebang. And, so many people were there for me and I had so many good friends. And there was a couple of benefits that were thrown on my behalf by friends and stuff like that. And, I've never forgotten that. So when people are in need, I've always tried to do what I could to feel like I'm giving back. And so the whole concept of Chemokazi was, unfortunately, as we get older, and I'm sure you can relate to this, cancer affects us more and more because of our friends and loved ones around us that are afflicted with it. And unfortunately, it seems like most years there's somebody I know that's all of a sudden they've got it and they're going through their shit. And anybody who's going through it, even if you got insurance, you're going to need help because it's still going to cost a fortune. Mm-hmm. So, I've done it off and on. A few years ago, we did it for a friend of ours named Chiza, who recovered and is doing great and is just as beautiful as ever. She lives over in Knoxville. That was kind of what caused me to reboot it because I've been thinking about doing it again. And then all of a sudden I read she's got a GoFundMe campaign to try to help pay for her treatments. And, then the next year we didn't have anybody in particular. So we actually just donated it all to St. Jude's, to the pediatric cancer research facility over there here in town. Mm-hmm. And then last year, our drummer, Chris, his wife's best friend, she had stage 3 breast cancer, husband, couple of kids. And, she needed help. And so we did it for her. And it's amazing because it's a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of time put in. But, it just turns into an all-star jam. We'll get up and we'll do like a short set. Mm-hmm. The Gamblers will, like 8 or 9 songs. But we don't want to be up there because, people want to see the guests. When you got Tom Keifer and Lizzie Hale and Brad Whitford and Damon Johnson and Rachel Bolin and Snake Sabo and all these people coming up to lend a hand. And it's like, last year I'm standing on stage and, I'm looking around. I'm like, I'm playing Highway Star with Jimmy Chalfine on drums, Rachel Bolin on bass, and Lizzie Hale singing.
Wow. It's
like, it doesn't get cooler than that, or getting to do Stop Dragging My Heart Around with Lizzie Hale.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right?
Dude, you got it. You have to talk her into coming on the boat.
Well, dude, I don't think it's a matter of talking her into it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she's amazing. Unreal. You haven't, when the first time I ever jammed with her was my 40th birthday party. She got up with me and my brother, or with the Gamblers actually, but it was me and my brother had the same birthday, 8 years apart. How weird is that?
Yeah, no shit.
So my 40th birthday was his 32nd birthday. And she got up and she did Shake a Leg by AC/DC with us.
Wow.
Just destroyed it.
Of course she did.
Yeah. So, she's on another level. But then last year I'm on stage and, Lizzie's up there with us again singing Nobody's Fault by Aerosmith and Brad Whitford's playing guitar. Mm-hmm. And, it's just
insane.
Like all these moments, like it's a lot of work. We don't make any money from it. All the proceeds go to a great place. But we do reap the rewards of getting to have these amazing moments on stage with musicians that we really respect. And so that's the payoff right there. This year, we may just give it a rest for a year. I've always rehearsed in my home, and I'm literally in the process of selling my house and getting a new one. So I don't know what my living situation is like for the next couple months. The Gamblers just put out our new EP, and Nick Lennox, who produced it, is already saying, cool. So you guys writing? You ready to do another one? At some point I have to make the time to be able to do that. And if I'm trying to crank out 20 covers, and trying to learn them all right to play with all these artists for the show, at a certain point, it's like, okay, maybe we give it a year off. Now, listen, if we had a really close friend that all of a sudden popped up sick, we're going to scramble.
Of course.
But it's not going away. It's just going on break. So
there you go. Here's what we're going to do is we're going to take a short little break. We'll come back. We'll talk about the new record, talk more Keifer shit, and get some listener feedback and all that stuff. But before we go, I do want to tell you about Beater Amplification. That's right, Beeter. These guys are fucking amazing. Hand-wired, hand-built, 100 watts of testicular fortitude. Pull 2 tubes and you got a 50. I love it. 3 channels, you get that fucking Metallica sound, you can get that AC/DC sound, and you get that clean Fender sound all in one hand-wired tube head. It is fucking amazing. Check him out. I am proud to be their very first artiste, and cannot wait till my TCB1 is ready. I got the prototype sitting behind me. It's just fucking screams. I absolutely love it. Check out Beater Amplification. That's Beeter. Beater. Yes, I can spell sometimes too. So, all right, we'll be.
Well done.
Thank you very much. We'll be right back with Tony Higbee from the Tom Keifer Band, from the Damon Johnson Band, and the East Side Gamblers. It's another fucking podcast. Rockwood Saloon Authentic Apparel takes rock and roll fashion to a new level with their. I already played that one.
Hey ladies, Sass Pants Designs will take that rock shirt that everyone has and make it your own in a flattering, sassy, and simple way. There are one-of-a-kind tank tops, lace-up tees, and tube-top dresses already in stock. Check out the online store at sasspantsdesigns.com and like Sass Pants Designs on Facebook for special offers and custom orders. That's sasspantsdesigns.com, sasspantsdesigns.com. Sass Pants will make you the envy of the party.
Retro Arcade brings Minnesota and surrounding areas arcade games from the days gone by. All of those great games from pizza joints and arcades are available in cocktail units and custom machines. Dozens of favorites from your youth in one machine to complete your game room or man cave. Retro Arcade also sells and services your favorite pinball machines. Find them at facebook.com/80arcade. That's facebook.com/80arcade. Retro Arcade. Your youth is just one click away.
If you need to promote your band or business, or just want to stylize, personalize, or customize your ride, check out vid-decals.com. Want to create and customize your own stickers representing your band, or make your own bumper sticker? Vid Decals can do it. All stickers are printed on quality vinyl and can be placed on any flat surface. Stickers are an affordable way to promote your band or business. Go to vid-decals.com to get started. That's vid-decals.com. vid-decals.com.
Vinny Tortorich here. Hey man, if you're a fan of Vizzy, you might be a fan of me too. I'm the guy that gets people to lose a lot of weight. I have something free for you guys. This is no clickbait. Just go to VinnyTortorich.com and there's a big banner. It's a free PDF, how to lose weight. It's an intro guide to NSNG at VinnyTortorich.com. Go check it out exclusively for anyone who listens to Izzy Presley. Thank you.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to another effing podcast. Who's coming up with these podcasts? Does anybody care? No, I don't. Go fuck yourself. Yes, Affleck. Choose.
Fucking Craig Gass. Oh, my God. Oh, hey, man, before we get it back into it, also check out A&P Productions Laser Engraving Division. They can laser engrave anything from your golf clubs to your sidearm. Anything you want done, these guys are absolutely amazing. They do my roadie packs, which is a flask, which is a clicky flashlight gimmick LED thing, Zippo, and a dog tag, all with another effing podcast logo on it. So check them out. A&P Laser Productions. aplasers.com is the website, and Facebook is A&P Laser Engraving Division. So check those guys out. Tony Higbee from the Tom Keifer Band, from the Damon Johnson Band, and the Eastside Gamblers is with me. And so the Gamblers record, came out 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that?
It was July 6th. I had to look it up a minute ago. I was like, other reasons, but yeah, July 6th is when it happened. So,
okay,
yeah.
An EP instead of a full length.
Yeah. I was torn. We just kind of been putting out EPs. This is actually the third one. Seems like I don't really know how to do it these days. You know what I mean? I don't know that people listen to full length records. It seems like attention spans keep doing this.
Yep.
Trust me, if I thought we could have some success with it, I'll fucking go write Yellow Brick Road tomorrow and do a double album.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, maybe we do a full length next time. Maybe we do another EP. I'm not sure. Who knows? But yeah, it was an EP, and it's it's a great snapshot of where we were at that moment, and with some recent life experiences and some stuff that's been going on with me, I'm looking forward to writing the next one and kind of seeing where my headspace goes from there. And it turned out great. We got very fortunate. Nick Raskulinix produced it, and Nick, we were clearly a passion project for him. I'm not sure if you know his resume at all or not, but he did the Foo Fighters One by One album.
Oh, wow.
He did the Foo Fighters In Your Honor album. He actually did the single for The Pretender. He did the last 3 Rush records. He did the last 3 Alice in Chains records. He did a couple of Deftones albums. He did Mastodon's Once Around the Ride, or Once Around the, I think that's what it's called. And he's worked Velvet Revolver, Manson, the last Korn record. He's doing the new Korn record right now. We were clearly a passion project that he shoehorned in between sessions with like Korn and other people. And he pushed us. He pushed us really hard. I sent him a lot more songs than we recorded, and he basically was just like, I just want cream of the crop, and he helped us get he helped us get through a wall and to the next level of what the band's capable of doing. For sure.
There's a lot of people that they just want to produce it themselves. How much does working with a producer help you?
You know what? It is so healthy to have somebody whose opinion you respect, to have their outside opinion and their reference point, because sometimes it takes that outside objective to be able to direct you into what it is that you do well, and to really emphasize and focus on that. I feel like this band has the ability to do a lot of different things, but there's some things we're going to do better than others,
Right.
And at the end of the day, Nick was able to hone in on, listen, you guys are a 2-guitar rock band. You do the harmony guitar thing great. You write great riffs. Let's focus on that. Let's, focus on the back and forth banter between you and the other guitar player, Josh. He knew where my sweet spot was vocally. And that was actually probably the biggest thing for me. I've worked with other producers and I've self-produced. And Nick was the best vocal producer I've ever sat in a room with. It was easy. I didn't get nervous around him. He didn't have me just piecemealing and singing one line and then the next line and the next line, which is what a lot of producers will do. He would have me do, multiple passes of a song. He was grabbing what he thought were the best moments from the different passes. Then he'd have me go back through and do some doubles if I needed to. But a lot of times just in those passes, he found the doubles, because I tend to get something ingrained in my head through rehearsing. And we were already been playing this material live for a bit. And so, I sing everything pretty much the same every time. So he was able to grab like that. And, just wound up being a great experience. He found the microphone that suited my voice the best. Everything about it. It was real positive. He had great suggestions. Every once in a while he'd give me a suggestion and I'd be like, wait, you want me to what? Or you, huh? And then I go back and listen to it and I go, oh shit, he's right. That's why he's got Grammys.
Right. Well, that was really the first time I heard you sing. Because I guess I've never heard you sing lead on the boat or anything like that. And it's like, holy fuck, this dude's got some Bach in him. It's like, you got some fucking range, dude.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I mean, I've been thinking since I was a little kid. I'm honestly, man, I will say Nashville is full of great guitar players. And
right.
I think it's safe to say that a good part of the reason that I probably got the gig with Keifer to begin with was because he was looking for somebody that could sing harmony with him. And I have a little bit of rasp to my voice naturally anyways. And we sing together really well. So, it's, and that's a lot to sing over the top of. And usually with Tom, a lot of times I'm a higher harmony over the top of him, and he's no slouch by any stretch.
No, no, not at all.
So, I've been singing all my life, but I do have a lot of people to say, oh, the comment I get most of the time is, I didn't expect that voice to come out of your head.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll take it because it's generally, I think it's a compliment.
Absolutely.
Although there's other people like that too. I mean, have a conversation with Mark Slaughter and then listen to him sing and go, that guy?
Right.
It's coming out of his mouth. But yeah, I mean, and honestly, Tom, the same thing, So.
Right. Well, I think I love about Tom is I love when he just does his clean voice, when he's not doing the scream thing. There's that acoustic version that they did or he did alone of Don't Know What You Got, and it's like, it's just smooth and just beautiful. And then when he fucking belts it, it's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And how he's still able to sing like that, especially after all those surgeries, is beyond me.
I'll be honest with you, man. His warm-up regimen and what he does every day before a show, and when he's not on the road, when he's at home and taking care of his voice, it's beyond commendable. And I mean, I can honestly say that when I started playing with him 6 years ago, he's always sounded great. But, when I started playing with him back then, he was still working his way through trying to, figure out how to reuse his voice and retrain his voice, stuff that he had to deal with, and the paresis to his vocal cord, and all that stuff, which is honestly, it wasn't because he ever sang wrong. A lot of people hear that rasp and they think, oh, he tore his voice up. It's like, no, he literally got the fucking flu. The virus settled on a nerve ending and killed it on his vocal cord. He had to reach
shit
voice to even work.
Wow.
And the other stuff, the surgeries and stuff that he had to have were collateral damage from him not knowing what was wrong with his voice to begin with and singing wrong to try to compensate for it.
Right.
So now that he's figured it all out and he got the science of it down and he, does all this stuff to take care of his voice. I mean, there are nights where I'm up there going, Jesus, it is 1988 up here again. He is just killing it now, and it's awesome to see. It really is.
Scotty from Canada wants to know, any chance of a live EP or album?
What's that?
Any chance of a live EP or album?
From me?
Yeah,
or from
you.
Dude, I never ever thought about that. That might be fun. Thanks for planting the seed. I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll, what I wouldn't mind doing at the very least is maybe generating some bonus content where maybe the next release, we could have a couple live tracks tacked on to it.
Or you do it like the GNR Lives record. The first half is live and the second half is new studio stuff.
Yeah. You know what? There's been crazier things done.
I'm going to pat myself on the back for that.
Yes. Absolutely. Now you got to tell me what's Aerosmith song we're going to cover.
Ooh, Lord of the Thighs.
The Spirit,
Lord of the Thighs.
Oh, it's so good.
I know.
We have done Nobody's Fault before.
Oh, that's badass. That's badass. Bruce says, nailed the vocals, Tony. Love High Time. Like I said to you before, very Danko Jones feel.
And you know what? I love Danko Jones. And if there was a song on that record that I could say kind of slides into that pocket, that's the one. And that song, I don't know if you've heard the EP yet or not.
I have. I bought it.
No, thank you. Well,
yeah,
it's got kind of that snotty vocal to it, which is in the chorus, which is much more of an ode to when I was doing it. Nick was like, it was one of the suggestions, like, what? And he goes, just sing it like snotty, like punk rock, like, and he goes, like early Cheap Trick. And I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. And a lot of people think, oh, you listen to the Sex Pistols? Oh, I'm like, no. I mean, I love the Sex Pistols, but I love Cheap Trick. So
how can you not love Cheap Trick?
We've done a half a dozen shows with them in the last couple of years. That guy's voice is just fucking ridiculous.
It's insane.
It's just effortless. I mean, you sitting there watching me singing The Flame, he's hitting a high note, and he's pulling the mic 3 feet away from his mouth.
Yeah.
And you're just like, God. Freak of nature.
And that's the thing is like people forget that people get old. And sometimes they can't hack. I mean, Paul Stanley's a perfect fucking reference to that. It's like he's not Paul Stanley from 1977. He's not Paul. I thought Paul was at his best like the mid 90s. I mean, he was just
I saw
on
him on
fire.
I saw him on the Revenge Tour, and it was staggering the way he was singing.
Yeah. Well, shit, that Unplugged record is just unfucking believable.
Absolutely. And listen, man, we as singers, you're going to have problems with your voice from time to time.
Yep.
And there's nothing more frustrating than that. It's the fucking worst.
Mm-hmm.
I had a vocal issue for the first time in my life, really, that started, we did a show in Florida last year. It was actually with Cheap Trick, oddly enough. And it was on a naval base in Florida, and it was kind of it's on the Panhandle. We weren't far from the Florida-Georgia border.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a forest fire in southern Georgia. And to the point where you smelled the smoke all day, there was ash floating through the air.
Damn.
And after that, my voice got really dry during that show, before the show even, got really super raspy. And it did not want to work right for months. And I struggled with it. I had to change stuff about my diet. I had to, lay off the coffee, which was hard for me. Just 2 cups in the morning, stop by 10, and just try to get hydrated and try to rest my voice whenever I could.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest with you, Izzy, I mean, I could sing really, really high and I could sing really, really low. Each part of your voice is the whole middle of it.
Right.
And I was having a hard time with that. And so, finally in this year, this touring cycle with Tom, it started off already feeling a good bit better than it had. And then I've been using it more and more with the Gamblers and with Tom and with Damon here and there, and getting it back in shape to the point where I'm finally starting to feel like myself the last few months. But man, I'm not gonna lie, there were some really frustrating times over the last year.
Well, when you were talking, how Tom was overcompensating and trying to, because he didn't know what was wrong with him. It's like, you're a baseball guy. You'll get this. People don't understand. It's like a pitcher, for instance. Even if it's not their arm that's fucked up and they got like their knee is fucked up, they're still compensating and
Absolutely.
They're doing something different, which is hurting them more. And vocally, it's the same thing.
I mean, the human voice is a fragile instrument, and I've been singing for years, and I've always known what's worked for me and what hasn't. And I know I don't feel like I even learned what it was that I did well vocally until I got into my late 30s, early 40s even. At that point, I'm like, oh, God, okay, so this is, but I spent years when I was younger playing in cover bands and doing all kinds of different stuff when I was in college and doing that kind of thing. And I mean, it's a muscle, and you've got to keep using it, and you've got to be careful with it at the same time. You can't kill yourself. You can't overdo it. The worst possible thing for a singer is being tired.
Oh yeah. Or hungover or sick.
Well,
welcome to the Monsters of Rock cruise.
Jesus.
There's
times where I have to go sequester myself in the cabin just so I can quit, because you don't realize you're yelling the whole time you're on the boat.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden my throat is like aching. I'm like, Jesus, I need to go just shut up for 3 hours.
That's why I'm drunk the whole time. You don't even notice it. Hey,
you hold well enough,
Well, I'm experienced. You grew up that close to Wisconsin. You learn to drink at a very young age.
Absolutely.
I know we got to get going here pretty quick, but
good.
You're good. All right, cool. So what's going on with Tom? Are you guys working on a new record? Is there new material?
I don't want to speak out of turn. the plan, from what I understand, is we are going to start chipping away at a new album in the fall.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to get done in a few months, or I have no idea. I don't know beyond that. I just know that he's got song ideas. I've actually got a few song ideas that, I'm always trying to write. I've got riff ideas here and there, melody ideas. And, the nice thing is, if I write something, there's really never any concern of there being any kind of should I do this with the Gamblers, or should I maybe set this aside and let Tom hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Because stylistically, they're far enough apart that something usually lends itself to this or lends itself to that.
Right.
I mean, you're not going to hear Tom Keifer singing High Time. But
right.
But it's, musically, I'm a little all over the map that way. But if you listen, I thought about it earlier on today, and I'm like, God, if you listen to the records that I listened to in one sitting today, it's kind of just because you'll laugh at this, you'll get this. The first thing I listened to this morning was Tears for Fears song from the Big Chair. Right?
Amazing record.
Then I followed that up with Living Colors Time's Up.
Wow.
Yeah. Then I listened for shits and giggles, because I just found it on vinyl. I hadn't heard it in years, to the first Spread Eagle album.
Dude, it's so funny you bring up Spread Eagle because I do this Monsters of Rock channel on Dash Radio, and Spread Eagle's in our fucking playlist.
There you go, right?
Yeah.
So listen to that. I followed that up with Made in Japan. And then I had to go run some errands. I came back home. What did I listen to after that? I listened to Rats Reach for the Sky.
Nice.
And then Anthrax For All the Kings was what I was listening to right before this. So
nice.
Musically, I'm all over the place.
Dude, that fucking Tears for Fears record is unbelievable.
That album is a fucking masterclass of how to write a song.
Yeah, I think Everybody Wants to Rule the World is one of the best written songs ever.
Yeah, and I personally, I've got to say that I don't know if I can call it number one. I don't know if I have a number one, but at the very least, Head Over Heels is a top 5 song of the
Oh
80s.
my God. Oh my God.
Yeah. Come on, man.
That's that's the story of my love life.
Yes.
Except I never get the chick.
I feel you.
Bruce wants to know, if you could have any guitar, what would it be? What pickups and what overdrive do you use?
That's fair. I already have that guitar, and it's the one you and I are coming up about 10 years ago, maybe 11 now. My brother Cody, who plays in the Eastside Gamblers with me, he was a supervisor over at the Gibson Custom Shop.
Oh, nice.
Really smart guy, worked in engineering, just great, talented, mechanically inclined person.
Mm-hmm.
And for the longest time, I wanted a Les Paul Custom, but I wanted it to be all gold top gold, with nickel hardware and black plastics. And Cody made it happen for me. So I got basically a 68 reissue Custom Shop Les Paul Custom. And the thing that's significant about that is they quit making Les Pauls in 1960, and that's when they started making the SG. They didn't bring Les Pauls back until 1968. So when they did that, they brought back 2 models. They had a gold top standard reissue that was based off the 56 with soap bars.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had a custom. And when they brought the custom out, they were putting a maple cap on. What a lot of people don't realize is in the 50s, all the Les Paul customs were all mahogany. There was no maple top to them because they were just finishing them black. So they didn't need a pretty piece of wood on there. So as an opaque finish, they just made them all mahogany. But that maple cap really changes the tone of the guitar and adds a lot of top end bite.
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted a 68 reissue. He made that for me. He painted the whole thing gold, top, back, rims, everything, nickel hardware. He put a 1-piece top on it because usually I have a book match 2-piece top.
Yep.
But over time, as the finish settles and the wood settles and expands and contracts and shrinks, it can develop a seam, especially on an opaque finish like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he put a 1-piece top on it of hard rock maple. And then the ultimate little extra thing that he did that I never asked him to do was, at that time, they were making replicas of Billy Gibbons' Pearly guitar, Pearly Gates.
Yeah.
The thing that's unique about Pearly is the dish of that guitar isn't quite as steep. It's more shallow, right? But it has an effect on the resonance and the tone of the guitar. And that guitar is obviously an amazing fucking guitar.
Right.
So when they were building that guitar, Cody actually took the body and had it carved exactly like Pearly. So it's got a Pearly body with a one-piece top.
Oh, wow.
But double bound. It's a custom. And it's got the solid ebony fretboard, and it's got a burst buckler 3 in the bridge and a 2 in the neck. And I can't say that guitar does any one thing better than any other guitar I have. And I have some really amazing instruments.
Mm-hmm.
But I can say that guitar is probably the most well-rounded guitar that I own. And it's, if I got to take one guitar to a gig, it's the one that's going with me every time. So,
all right. What are you using for overdrive?
I use a Klon KTR, which is the much more affordable version of the Klon Centaur, which is the kind of the holy grail that sells for between $2,000 and $3,000.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
That guy came out with a new version of that pedal because he hadn't made those in years. But Tom uses a Centaur, and Brad Whitford uses a Centaur, and Peter Frampton uses a Centaur. Lynch, every time I see him, he asks me about Centaurs. But I got the KTR, which is a circuit board version of the same pedal that he came out with. For all people that were looking, they sell it for like $260, but you can pick it used on eBay all over the place now for under $200, and it's a great pedal. It just, it does all those things that you love about a tube screamer, but it doesn't start compressing too soon. So you can take the output, which is Brad Whitford showed me how he set his, and I just follow the rule. You don't even start with the gain; you just take the output and dime it. So you're just slamming the front of the head, and then you just add whatever gain and treble is necessary, and that's it. So I have the gain peg, the output peg, the gain maybe at 10 or 11 o'clock, and the treble just cracked open a little bit, and that's it. So that's my lead boost. But my distortion sound of my amps is what I use. I use Bogner Shivas, and I have for years. Mm-hmm. And my main guitar tone is just that head.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm the same way with this beater. I don't need anything in front of it because I'm not really much of a solo guy. Anyways, I think when Act plays, I do maybe one solo a night, so I don't really need a boost, for just that one fucking song. But
the thing that I find too, and I, dealing in the guitar business forever and selling guys guitars and amps and all that, I see a lot of guys, usually, not all of them, but I will say I see a fair amount of the crowd that we were talking about earlier on, the man bun.
Yeah.
They are like, okay, I'm going to shape my tone. I'm going to do everything with pedals. And they come in and they just want to get a really good sounding clean amp and then do everything else with pedals, which sounds like a great idea in theory until you see their pedal board that is the size of the space shuttle. And they've got 25 pedals on it, which means they've got 50 jumper cables on that pedal board.
Yep.
Plus the instrument cables that are going to it, plus the power supplies to power it, and all the power cables that are coming out of it. And it's like a Christmas light.
Yep.
One bulb goes out and the whole strand's dead. So if you're relying on that pedal board to get your overdrive tone and it takes a shit in the middle of a gig, you are screwed. Mm-hmm. And I use way less than that. And man, there has been more occasions than I care to remember where something went sideways and I'm like literally just taking a cable, the oh shit cable off the top of my amp and going straight into my backup head. And I got to play the rest of the show just like that. I don't even have a tuner on stage. That happened to me the very first time we played M3. We were headlining the second stage. And man, it always goes like this. I was having one of those nights where I could not play a bad fucking note. Like it was every once in a while, it just feels easy, like almost too easy. And I was having a wonderful gig.
Uh-huh.
And we're getting ready, we're doing Coming Home. And I go up to play the big lead, step up in front of the crowd. It's a sea of thousands of people from that stage, packed in like cordwood in the woods, the trees coming up. I can't see where the crowd ends, cresting over the hill.
Oh my God.
I go up and I go to play this solo and nothing. It's dead.
Oh no.
Fuck. And so I turn around and go back and I'm looking at the pedal board. I can't find anything wrong. I check the guitar and I just reached up. I'm yelling at my guitar tech. He's switching heads. I just grabbed the oh shit cable, plug right into the front of the backup head, because I don't know if it's the head, the pedal board, what is it?
Right.
And was back in on the downbeat of the harmony guitar solo at the end of the song. And I had to play the rest of the set, which was like another 4 or 5 songs, with just straight through the front of the head. That was it. And I made it work because the amp sounds great at its core,
Yep, exactly. See, the only thing that would freak me out is the tuner part.
Yeah, well, that is the one benefit of having a guitar tech is tuning your guitars for the swans.
Yes.
And that's helping me out.
Because I bought one of those they're called In Tune, and it's built right into the guitar, and the thing is right underneath your volume knob.
Yeah.
You know, and you just hit a switch and boom, there it is. It's like, and I'm going to have that put onto my Kotzen Telecaster because, well, he has one on his.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Oops.
That's fair.
Yeah.
If it's good enough for Richie, it's good enough for the rest of us.
Exactly. Sure. And that's why I love his RK5, that little fly rig. Because I can get my tone, that OMG pedal sounds very similar to that beater head. So it's like I can just fucking take that wherever I go. Because,
well, dude, yeah. And I mean, Damon, we were rehearsing here one night. He brought over a little amp and he had one of those Kotzen things.
Yeah.
Tech 21 had hooked him up with.
Yeah, the RK5, yeah.
It sounded great. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's fucking great. So, so you are writing with Tom for the new stuff, and you didn't play on the last record though, correct?
No, that record was done a long time before the band was even put together. Although there was a bonus version of it that came out.
Yeah. Yeah, with Lizzie.
It had extra tracks.
Yeah.
And we played on that. So
yeah,
the version of Get By with a Little Help from My Friends that we've been playing live since the beginning, that's on there. And then we redid Nobody's Fool with Tom and Lizzie Hale duetting it.
Yes.
And that's on there. And that's all this band. And as far as writing with Tom, yeah, I mean, I absolutely want to get together and write with him. And we've talked about it. At the end of the day, though, we'll just see what happens, man. You know, it's his vision and it's his name on our key. And I have no delusions about that. But, you know, he wants to work with everybody. He wants us to play on the record. And, you know, at the end of the day, best songs are going to win every time. And whatever he deems as the best songs are what. So if I get a co-write on a song, great. If I get 4 or 5 ideas on the record, that'd be amazing. Yeah. If I get no idea on the record, but I get to play on the record, hey, you know what? It was for a reason. And it just, you know, I wasn't dialed into what it was he was thinking in his headspace, and it's all good. I'm just happy to be there.
Absolutely. You know, and Phil Lewis said it best when he was on the show on the boat. We were talking about, you know, people using writers and outside writers and, you know, ghost writers and all this stuff. And Phil's like, who cares? A good song's a good song.
Fucking,
it's absolutely.
True. Absolutely. Which is why I'm amazed at some of the absolute shit that I hear get churned out in Nashville when 8 or 12 people are in a room together trying to, you know, it's like, all right, we got to talk about trucks and shorts and beers and dogs and the moon. All right, go.
Yep.
You know, like really, it took 9 people to write that fucking hunk of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, it's funny. I'm sure you've seen that meme that was going around that had one of Beyonce's songs and there was like 14, 15 writers on it. And then there was Freddie Mercury, Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I've been asked about writing or co-writing with people, and, you know, I've got friends who do it and have done it for a living, are successful at it.
Yeah.
And God bless them. There's something, for whatever reason, that segment of that Nashville writing scene has never necessarily interested me. I'm not saying I would never do it.
Right.
But I want to write with people that I enjoy playing music with. I want to write with people. I grew up in a band, in a room banging out songs in a band. You know, that's how the Gamblers still work. And, you know, to the point where I finally said, you know, let's, you know, with this last thing, let's just not worry about who wrote what. Mm-hmm. We're going to split the writing credits 4 ways, because I'm not writing Chris's drum part. And I'm not writing Chris's line. And, you know, this way we're doing what we can to ensure that the best songs get on the record. But that was, you know, a personal call on my part.
Right.
You know, I see bands do it that way. I see bands that everybody gets their credit for what they wrote. And then you hear the stories about the infighting over here because so-and-so couldn't get any songs on the record. And it's like, whatever, man. At the end of the day, a good song is a good song. And I contribute what I can, where I can. And with Tom, that's going to be the goal. I just want to do whatever I got to do to help on my end, do everything I can to make that next record be as good as it can be.
And that's all you can do. And so anybody wants to find you on social media, where can they find you?
I'm on all the socials. If I wasn't in a band, I'm not sure I'd be on any of them.
Right.
No, I'm on Twitter. Just look up Tony Higbee, and it's with 2 E's, not a Y. So it's Higbee. Because man, that ain't been getting butchered since I was.
I can imagine.
It'll continue to be butchered until I am old and shitting my pants. But I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. I'm easy to spot that way, and I'm usually posting nerdy shit about vinyl and just other stupid nonsensical things, or about the East Side Gamblers semi-excessively, especially when I'm excited about our new release. So
as well, you should be. If it's on iTunes, all the
it's on all the streaming stuff. If you want physical copies too, which I love, obviously I'm a huge proponent of it.
Yeah,
we've got vinyl and CDs for sale in our merch store, which is the eastsidegamblers.bandcamp.com, and you can go on there. We've got CDs, we've got, like I said, vinyl, the new album, which sounds killer, 45 RPM, 12.
Of course it does.
And then and it comes with a download card inside of it for free.
Oh, nice.
Too, so
nice.
With it for free. And then T-shirts and, everything else on there. And we're doing that. We're on iTunes. And hopefully we'll be doing some more shows, sooner than later outside of the Nashville area,
It'd be nice. Be nice. Gotta get you guys. You gotta get the Gamblers on the cruise.
I would love to get the Gamblers on the cruise. Larry knows I would love to get the Gamblers on the cruise. I really don't know what it would take to make that happen, but I'm open to whatever, I mean, I would love to do it. I love the cruise. I love Larry. I love the boat. I love the people on the boat. I mean, it's even the kind of thing where I even went to Tom and said, hey, man, if we were ever, would you be cool if we ever got the chance to play the cruise? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. Go for it. So, because I don't want to be feeling like that might be kind of a weird taboo thing. And he's like, no, not at all. Because I encourage it. Go. It's all good. He's super cool and gracious like that.
Well, and I tell you what, the fans on the boat too, it's like they just embrace people. And I heard Chuck Garrick talking about how that cruise crowd, just fucking boosted Beasto, Yeah,
absolutely it did. And I'd love that opportunity for us, but like I said, it's got to make sense, and it's got to make sense for Larry, and I totally understand
absolutely,
that.
absolutely,
but if given the opportunity, we would totally love to do the cruise, and I'm excited about the cruise this year. The cruise is gonna be fucking killer. God, that lineup is insane.
2 words: King's fucking X. What more do you want,
dude? They had me at the Wild Hearts.
All right.
Dude, do you know about the Wild Hearts?
No.
Hey, hang on. Let me just, real quick.
Oh, okay.
Literally, here's my Wild Hearts box set, numbered from 16 years ago. And I've got I could go get all the CDs over there, but then you wouldn't be able to see me behind them anymore. Literally, I will say legitimately top 3 favorite band of all time.
Oh, wow.
That good. I have the sneaking suspicion that Dave Grohl owns a lot of their records and is influenced by some of them heavily. But just imagine a band with a singer-songwriter, guitar player who is beyond prolific to the point of absurd. Just writes one great song after another. The riff changes of old school Metallica with the hooks of old school Cheap Trick.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you can only see me from waist up because I'm getting a boner right now.
You should. And English to boot. So there's just that whole...
Oh, nice.
That whole attitude to it, but just amazing songs. Their first couple records, Earth versus the Wild Hearts, and then Fuck You is the second record, and it's spelled PHUQ. Just start there. Just start there and just go forward. I mean, they went through their weird drug years. They had an album called Endless Nameless. It sounds like a industrial, what the fuck's going on here? But even through all the noise of that record, you're going, wow, there's still some great songs in there.
Right.
And they reunited after they got all sobered up, put out a self-titled record just called The Wild Hearts, a black and white album cover that was just an insane return to form. And yeah, to find out they were going to be on the boat this year just blew my mind. I'd like to think that Larry probably heard me talking about them on the bus or saw me wearing the Wild Hearts t-shirts multiple times and it's subliminally got in his head.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to take credit for anything because I don't necessarily know that. But yeah, the Wild Hearts, fucking King's X, of course. Skid Row.
Yeah, Skid's first time.
ZP is crushing it with that band right now too. Extreme? Is Extreme on it?
Yes, I believe they are. Hold on. Let me pull this up.
please do.
Oh, come on.
I mean, we know Hicks is going to be on there.
Yes, yep. Fucking faster pussycat, Bubba.
Of course, Bubba.
All right, let's see. Monsters of RockandCruise.com. All right. I'm surprised somebody hasn't chimed in the chat room already with the whole list of the bands. Because that's how because most of the people that listen to the show are cruisers.
Yeah.
You know?
Well it should be.
Listen live, I should say. All right, the bands. Let's go. Make sure you check out this lineup. All right, Tom Keifer, obviously. Extreme, Queensryche, Saxon, Skid Row, Udo, Kix, Danger, the almighty Y&T, Kotzen, DAD, King's X, Pat Travers, which is amazing live.
Right?
Amazing. Nelson, I love those twins. The Choir Boys, Pink Cream 69, who were great last year, the Wild Hearts, Rose Tattoo, Eclipse, Jeff Scott Soto, fucking faster pussycat.
Odd sidebar.
Yes.
About that. Ginger Wildheart, the lead singer of the Wild Hearts and songwriter, started the Wild Hearts after he got kicked out of the London Choir Boys.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. That is wild.
A lot of people don't. Yeah.
Our hosers, the Killer Dwarfs, are back on the boat. Brighton Rock, Vane, Mike Tramp, John Karabi, of course.
Mayor.
The mayor, yeah.
The governor. Is he the governor? I don't remember. He's one of them.
He's the governor, and I think Ted Poley's the mayor.
Okay.
I think, or one of the two.
All the time in the band, but that was just this band. So
yeah. Well, I just had his son Ian on the show last week with Michael Grant, and I'm trying to figure out why John hates me. I'm not exactly sure why. I'm sure he doesn't. It's just kind of a joke.
John I never heard John speak ill of you, so I would not.
You've probably never heard John speak of me.
Oh.
All right. So Black and Blue, Tora is back. I fucking love those guys. Tough. Oh my God! He's another one of those guys that just his voice just blows you fucking away.
He's a smart too.
Yeah, absolutely. And sweet, we'll be able to make fun of Stevie Rochelle and Tough, Lies, Deceit, and Treachery, Jet Boy, Mitch Malloy, who's now the singer for Great White, Michael Grant and the Assassins, and Femme Fatale, along with Gus G, Tony McAlpine, Joel Hoekstra, and Neil Zaza.
Off the chain.
The whole dude.
Larry always puts on a great play, but this one is just, damn.
I know. I've
never looked forward to one.
The fact that Larry lets me do what I do every year, so humbling.
No, I feel blessed to get to do this and to do that. I mean, that cruise really is pretty awesome. It's just astounding.
It's a family. It's a family reunion every year. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. It's it's work, but I truly look at it as a vacation.
Yeah, absolutely. Working vacation. I love those. All right, just hold with me for a second. We'll say goodbye off the air. Tony Higbee, check out the Eastside Gamblers record and look forward to Keifer on the road and Damon Johnson on the road at some point, I'm assuming. But he's out with has he got stuff coming up?
Yeah. We actually just did a new record. So
it's shit.
Yeah. So Damon, I went in and put my guitar tracks down. Finished those up about a month ago. Nick is mixing it. And then I think Damon's planning on putting it out in November.
Oh, kick ass. Well, when it's ready, just, rub him a little bit and see if you can get him on the show and talk about the record.
Twist his arm too hard.
Right. Please do that with Lizzie, too, because I would love to interview Lizzie.
I'll throw in the good word.
Yay! Because I have
Nick did their new record, and it comes out on Friday.
Oh.
Wait till you hear it.
Well, see, that's a perfect reason to get her on.
Right? No, dude, it is the heaviest, most kick-ass thing that band has ever done.
I can't fucking wait. I really love. There's not a lot of newer bands that mainstream bands that I really like, and I fucking love Hailstorm.
No, me too. And the thing is, I always, they're an amazing live band. The records always sounded great. I always just felt like live, I enjoyed it more. And I can't say a bad thing about their records because they're fucking awesome.
Right.
But the new album, I heard about 5 tracks of it a few months ago. Holy shit. Like just another level for them. Just so good.
Awesome. Oh, my God.
heard the
I'm
first
fucking
track.
stoked.
Joe and Lizzie, I said, this is the best thing you guys have ever done.
Wow.
And it's, and everything else they've done has been great.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. All right, so hit up Tony on social media and buy the fucking Eastside Gamblers record because it is good. And I'm going to be buying the vinyl. I bought it on iTunes, but I want the vinyl. I got to have the vinyl.
Dude, I will ship it out to you tomorrow. You just let me know.
All right, you got it, Bubba. All right, hold tight. We'll say goodbye off the air. Tony Higbee, thank you so much.
Thank
All right.
you so much. Yes, it's been a pleasure.
Dude, I'm glad it finally happened.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Absolutely, man. All right, let me hit my outro music. Live Black Diamond. All right, so make sure you check out all the social media at Real Lizzie Presley and Another Effing Podcast. Buy t-shirts, donate to the show, izzypresley@yahoo.com. Also on Thursday, I will have Ted Poley doing the same thing via FaceTime. Not in studio because he's not here, so we'll do what we can. But also Monday through Friday on the Monsters of Rock channel on Dash Radio. Get the app; it is free. It is amazing, and you will love that Monsters of Rock channel. And of course, I'm the Morning Gas Bank. So check all that shit out. We'll see you in Toronto on the 24th of August, and Soundcheck Live is coming up August 1st. I can't wait. I'm giddy. I don't even know what the hell is going on in it, but it's gonna fucking rule. We'll see you on Thursday. I do love you all. And don't forget, what I lack in talent, I make up for in cock. Go fuck yourselves.